should be looking at resilience. You should be looking at availability. I think availability is probably the most important of all the ITSM processes, because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Availability is king. Availability is number one. A lot of companies probably 5-10 years ago had what they called always on programs. Why can't your systems always be on? That's an excellent question. But now, 10 years later, you'll see business resiliency offices standing up right next to the disaster recovery, two different disciplines. When you look at business resiliency and the ability to recover, or the ability to back out change if you had to, that's part of the conversation of whether change is worth it. And now you're going to start bringing in really, I won't say cutting edge. We've been talking total cost of ownership for years, but it's going to start taking where the loop is going to start closing. So you're going to start seeing you're having all this trouble with your changes, and you're getting incidents with this type of technology. So we better have a product on the docket for next year to replace that technology, and then we're going to replace the technology, and we're going to keep on measuring it in that circle. If while doing that, you realize that you're looking across your portfolio after 2-3 years, and you still see you're investing all this money in old technology instead of just replacing that old technology, that's telling. And again, the number is a number, but the discussion of what are you going to do? Someone has to call it out. How much longer are we going to be using this old technology? We're going to be limping along. Bringing it up today doesn't mean that it has to be fixed today. It just means it needs to get on a roadmap for some time in the future. Change management is always seen as the last hurdle, the last thing that you actually have to push through. What this thought process starts demanding is that you bring change in earlier on, so that they are preparing for the new technology to come in. They are working with configuration management to make sure that a CMDB, that an asset management database is configured correctly, so that we can pass the information and get immediate results. That can't happen at the same time as you go live. Those first 6 months are all about firefighting. But if you bring change and configuration and even incident with operational transitions in there earlier on, that's where you'll start seeing the dividends. It will at least enable the post-implementation reviews to be more effective, because they will be prepared for what they're getting.